I've always wondered what our bodies are truly capable of, so I built a giant 8-foot-tall glass box to lock me on a treadmill to try and break my distance record. But what happened at the 9-hour mark, I was not prepared for. This video is sponsored by Shopify. At the start, it was easy. All I had to do was keep moving. However, I wondered if everything would go the way I actually expected, so I decided to interview myself before.
Alright, this is before I've started the challenge. The goal is to beat my distance record and run more than 80 kilometers, which is almost 2 marathons. I've never done this before. I guess I'll just talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. Alright, we're on hour 1. I've gone 3.5 kilometers out of 80, and this, I can tell, is gonna get heavy. Kind of annoying when it like rattles around. You see my breath? It's cold where I'm doing this, but it feels really hot in this box. I'm already sweating. Potentially 23 hours left to go. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I'm gonna get on the treadmill, and I'm gonna be super hyped. It's gonna be super easy. Okay, update. It's been almost 2 hours. We're approaching the 12 kilometer mark. I'm still chained, so there's that. But so far so good. Feeling optimistic. You know, up until, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers even, that should be pretty easy. My body should be able to handle that. I'm gonna be super awake, and, everything will be fine. I have to hit 80 kilometers. I mean, technically my record's like 75, but I'm telling myself 80. 80's the goal. We're gonna keep going and see what happens. And then what I think I'm gonna run into is my body's gonna start to hurt, and this is where it kind of goes into fight or flight mode.
Okay, so Tyler's still going, but he's gonna be burning a lot of calories, so I'm gonna go get him some food.
We passed the 3-hour mark, and we're 18 kilometers in. Done over 20,000 steps. Feeling good, feeling a little tired. I'm starting to get some blisters on the heels of my foot. So I mean, if we have blisters already, then they might look bad by the end. So we'll see how those go. There's an idea that I came across a little while ago that really intrigued me, which is that you are not your thoughts. That little voice inside your head that you can hear all day. Anything that happens, you're driving and someone slams their brake in front of you and you're just thinking like, oh God, what a prick. That little voice, that's not you. That's not who you are as a person. That's your body responding to the situations that it's in.
Now I know some people don't get it. What's the point of walking so far? It's not practical, like I'll actually need to ever walk this much in a day, but let me tell you a crazy story that changed the way I saw things. There's a legend that dates back to ancient Greece during the time of 490 BC. During a battle in a town called Marathon, a man was sent from the battlefield of Marathon to Athens to announce that the Persians had finally been defeated. It is said he ran the entire distance of over 42 kilometers without stopping and burst into the assembly exclaiming, "We have won," before collapsing and dying from exhaustion. It is said that this is where we've started the tradition of actually running marathons to celebrate his life or prove that we're better than him or something. But I wanted to push further than that.
The big problem that we're gonna run into is dehydration. I've only had, this is a little embarrassing, 1 liter of water today. With all of this activity, I'm gonna be sweating a lot. I need my body to actually absorb the water, which is why electrolytes are so important. These electrolytes right here are a company that I own. I created these electrolytes to formulate it specifically for challenges like this to give me optimal hydration.
So it's amazing to be able to partner with Shopify, who have powered so many other businesses to do the same.
Shopify is an all-in-one commerce tool that's great for pretty much any business that you could start.
What I really like about Shopify is that it's super fast and easy to set up and has a ton of plugins that allow you to set up whatever you want without having to hire a programmer. And they even have tools like business name generators and tons of resources to help you learn how to run a successful business. So if you have something to sell and want to try something risk-free and easy to use, check out the free trial by scanning this QR code or visiting shopify.com/Tyler Satari, which will also be available in the description.
So I think what's gonna happen is by the, 6, 7, 8 hour mark, when things start to get hard, that little voice is gonna get louder and louder. How long has it been? We've gone 25 kilometers. Been almost 6 hours. I'm holding up. I for sure have blisters on my feet. It's hurting. It's hurting. Feet are hurting. Behind my knees are starting to hurt. Probably because I went a little too hard on leg day. But we're not gonna stop. About almost a third of the way done. So I'm gonna need to push through that voice that's telling me to stop and try and remember that that is not me. That I don't need to listen to that. And even though it might be thinking that I'm gonna hurt myself, that this is too much, that I need to quit, I will have more. And the goal of this is to see how much more I have. So I think by the 8-hour mark, that voice is gonna start to chime in a little bit more. The voice is gonna get louder. And then physiologically, my muscles are gonna start to get really, really sore. Yo, I finished the whole pizza. That's crazy. One thing that I know is gonna happen is whenever I start these challenges, my mind is gonna start to do some weird things. We're 7 hours in. I don't know what's happening. I'm getting it's really bad heartburn. Ugh, it's really annoying. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm not gonna quit. I don't know what's going on. Literally, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It's like there's mucus in my throat. I've never experienced this before in a challenge. It's only been not even 8 hours. Like I have goosebumps in my arm. Maybe it's too cold in here. I don't know. And at that point, that voice is gonna be going crazy. It's gonna be telling me everything it possibly can to try and get me off that treadmill, get me out of that box.
I'm annoyed. I just hit 50,000 steps. I don't know if you can tell with my voice, but this is going downhill fast. And I think I figured it out, which is that everyone around me for the past week has been sick. And I'm always like, I don't get sick, because I don't get sick. You know what? It sounds like I'm getting sick. I'm getting emotional now. What's supposed to happen? This is supposed to be the video where I don't listen to that voice in my head, and I break past everything. Hey, this is not supposed to happen. I get it, that like, sometimes when you push your body will push back, and like, I understand that, I get that, but I've done 50,000 steps before, I've done 100,000 steps before, and I guess it's just I haven't done it while I'm sick. So, I don't know what to do, other than keep going, because I can't quit. I can't just throw everything away like that. Because that's gonna mess with me. That's gonna mess with my mind. I don't know why this is such a big deal for me. I should just quit. But I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep going.
I've never experienced something like this happening, and I had no idea what it could be from or what was even going on, but I wanted to keep pushing as far as I possibly could.
When things get really hard and I'm gonna be struggling, my mind is gonna be playing tricks on me, and I know it's gonna be saying everything it can to try and get me off. And one thing that I find that's really common, that just keeps coming back, is I'm gonna be asking myself, why am I doing all this for a video? I don't know what I'm feeling. I was gonna get off like 5 kilometers ago. I'm almost at the marathon mark. I'm past 40 kilometers now. I know, like, I wanted this to be like my mind thing, but like this is like a body thing, like, it's like, it's really messing with me. Yeah, so would you stay with me until I hit the marathon mark? Okay, sick. I think the thing that I need to try and remember is that I'm not doing this for a video. I'm doing this for myself, to try and prove to myself that I can do more than I think is possible. And that for the past few years, I've been doing these challenges not for content, but to prove to myself that I could keep getting better and better. And that's what's important to me. That's why I do these videos. Not because of the videos, but rather to document me doing the thing that actually makes me better. To try and toughen my mind and push past that little voice in my head that's telling me to stop, because I know that I can do more.
Took me away from all of my fears.
Should we check the damage to my feet? I feel like throwing up. I feel white. I feel like a ghost. Look at that blister. That's a big boy. There. Should I have some outro? Nah. Subscribe.
Or else.